that being said, what I want to do now is to read our scripture. Matthew chapter 8, verses 23 through 27. And I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation this evening.
Okay.
All right. Then Jesus got into the boat and started across the lake with his disciples. Suddenly, a fierce storm struck the lake, with waves breaking into the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, shouting, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." Jesus responded, "Why are you afraid? You have so little faith." Then he got up and rebuked the wind and waves, and suddenly there was a great calm. The disciples were amazed. "Who is this man?" they asked. "Even the winds and the waves obey him." Now, as we all listened to Dr. Pulley this morning, he gave us his 3 points. My 3 points are along the same line. I'm going to give them to us right off the top. Point number 1 would be storm. Point number 2 would be sleeping. Point number 3 would be surprise. Now, we're working with a storm. Now, I know when I was attending Catholic school, there was a nun who told us that all the stories in the Bible were just that's what they were. They were stories, parables to make us do what we were supposed to do. So based upon what she told me, this story about Jesus and his disciples in a boat didn't take place. There was no storm. There was nothing. Thank goodness I didn't stay in that particular religion because I know. But along that same line, we can travel on the same road saying, yes, that storm was about water. It was about the boat being tossed side to side. And in our lives, we have storms. Could be big storms, could be small storms. We can sometimes see storms coming. That's one thing that kind of caught my attention in this story. No one, because Jesus was downstairs sleeping. He did what he had to do earlier. He healed people. He had to come in, sit down, lay down, and regenerate himself, get his energy back. But his disciples were up on the boat. So you're telling me that they did not see this storm coming toward the boat? Were they not paying attention? Do we pay attention when storms are approaching us? Are we so wrapped up in the things that are going on in our lives that we don't see when a storm is coming? We don't see when the clouds start to get a little darker, when the wind starts to blow a little more. Now, it's nothing wrong with a storm because we know who our source is. We know that we can weather a storm. We can speak to a storm. We can be the way Jesus was, sleeping, resting, relaxing during that storm. Even though the winds, the boat, they say the waves were just coming over top of the boat. The boat was just being tossed left and right, to and fro. The waves were so big that these grown men, you know, the sons of thunder, were scared. They were, like an example, if growing up, if I'm with my parent, I know my parent is protecting me. They are watching over me. They have my back. They were in a boat with Jesus. If Jesus can sleep through this storm, not worry, it must have felt like a waterbed to him or something. He was just so relaxed that the waves didn't mean anything to him. Absolutely nothing. Throughout this storm, he was so in tune with his Father that storm meant absolutely nothing to him. Him being humanly divine and being our way shower lets us know that we ourselves, when we face storms,